Samaran, guys. What a day. What a long ass day. I just wanted to chat about this podcast that we're recording on my brother's channel called Dope Conversations. And I want to speak about it because it was weird this morning at gym. I'm on the bicycle and this Jen comes and he chats to me, and then someone else comes and they chat to me, and by the time like the third person is busy asking me about the Dope Conversations episode. It dropped yesterday, Wednesday. Today's Thursday, the Angas. But like, it's crazy how I've had, I think it's 2 DMs asking me about it. I've had 2 people at gym, and then at work, I'm busy walking around, and this one guy also stops me and says, "Hey, what's happening with Dope Conversations?" So Dope Conversations is a new format that my brother's trying to play around with, where it is like a panel, open conversation. We have ghost people talking in the background, or he has ghost people talking in the background. Rather, he has different guests. I'm lucky enough to be one of the guests. We have Ursula, we have Lebo line, we have Lelo N, we have no CC, and then a lot of different ghosts that come and go. I'm not a permanent member. It just so happens that he's only done, I think, 3 or 4 episodes. And I guess as his younger brother, he's been able to swindle me and bully me into getting onto the episodes and then pay me in KFC and Fanta oranges, But it's a great format. It's a phenomenal format. The topics are amazing. It's very, very much engaging. But what happened with our last recording is that there was a disagreement between two hosts, being Lelo N and Lebo line, of which there's many disagreements with many different hosts, many different guests, many different people. It happens all the time. And I think how people received it on the viewer side may have been taken out of context, or it may have been blown up to being huge. Maybe taking a step back. So I know both these sisters, both these queens. I know Lebo Lion. We've done podcasts together. I know Lelo N. We've done podcasts together. These 2 ladies are beasts. They are absolute queens. They are strong-willed. They're incredibly smart. They're successful in their spaces. They are thought leaders. I couldn't say enough amazing things about them. With that being said, there's obviously many things that I disagree with them, just again, the same way that I disagree with my brother, and he's my brother. We sucked on the same titty as babies, so like, it's one of those things where abantu disagree on topics, and people get into it, when there's cameras, etc., etc., etc. And then off camera, people still engage and people chat and people share drinks and hugs and take selfies. It's one of those things. And being that it is a podcast, being that you only have an hour, people have to then make opinions based on that hour. Guys, please understand that there's more to people than just what you are seeing in an hour on a podcast. I know it's such a duh, Benson, we get that, but sometimes you forget that. You get glued into something, forget there's more to him than just that. We forget that when we see a panel on screen, we forget that this guy is a father. We forget that this guy is a partner. We forget that this guy is a son. He is a brother. He's an entrepreneur. He's a business. There's so many different hats that he has to wear throughout the day. And then, yes, he also does an hour ways in front of the camera. You might be watching Usol Penduga. You might be watching Mekchi. These guys are husbands. These guys are partners. These guys are fathers. These guys are, they businessmen, they DJs, they're entrepreneurs. There's so much to them. So when you see him and he's recording at, let's say, 2 o'clock, or you see me and I'm recording at 2 o'clock, I've had a whole day of everything that happens. I woke up in the morning, I had to bath my kids, I had to get them ready for school, I had to drive them in traffic and get frustrated, I had to go drop them off, I sat in meetings, I had to go to gym, there's so many other things. By the time you see me at 2, I'm grumpy about what I'm grumpy at. Maybe I haven't eaten. Mhlawumbe ngigcine ngibamba ama-Weet-Bix ayi-2 ekuseni ngo-6:30 ekuseni. Ngibamba ama-Weet-Bix ayi-2. Now the time is like 3 o'clock and I'm waiting to record and I've got another meeting at 4 o'clock. and it's just on top of each other, on top of each other. Then you see me and you're like, hey, Penson, why is Singatu Penson is angry at his brother? Nah, I'm just hungry. I'm I'm just hungry, and it just happens that the camera sees me at the same time that I'm hungry, or I'm just tired, or I'm annoyed because an email came in just before we started recording. An email came in saying that I didn't get that thing that I pitched for and I put in 2 months worth of work, or I just got a call from the bank, saying good thing about collect money, like kuningi okwenzekalayo. And when you guys are watching this, you make your own conclusions just based on that hour, So again, when it comes to going back full circle to the questions I've been asked about these two queens and the discussion that we had in this past episode of A Dope Conversation, if you go back and you watch, both these sisters had amazing points. They really did. The one was speaking about making sure how can I word this? You make your brain and your mindset bulletproof, trying your best to not allow certain negative energy and then putting yourself in spaces in which you can win. I agree with that. If I could make my mindset bulletproof, I agree. The other lady then says, make your mindset bulletproof, put yourself in spaces that you can win, but also understand with these people that might not want to win. I fully agree with that as well. I agree with both these ladies. They make perfect sense. Absolute perfect sense. So if you go back and you watch and you listen to what lady one says and listen to what lady two says, it's just concrete. And I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. Sometimes where we miss each other, like in any other conversation, is we might miss each other in, let's say, tone, or in maybe one was speaking over the other one, whatever the case may be. We might miss each other in nuance. We might miss each other in the spirit in which some angas. But ultimately, the points are still heavy points. The points are with us going, okay, shit, And maybe you don't agree, and that's okay. And that's perfectly fine. When you're reading through the comments and some of the nasty ass shit that people say, I'm like, bro, you've never met any of these people. You've never sat down and had real conversation with these people for you to call them any type of name. People say, Penson is stupid. He shouldn't be there. That's okay. You're allowed to say that, but get to know me, get to know and say, hey, bro, you just as stupid in real life as you're on camera. I can't fight you. If I'm not your cup of tea, that's fine. If I'm not your flavor, get an iron brew. Maybe I'm a Fanta orange. It's chilled, now and what you like. But at the end of the day, you need to understand and know a person just a little bit more, before you start writing hateful comments or negative comments or hurtful comments. Because at the end of the day, you be sitting here, we've put ourselves out there, we're trying in our little minds, we're trying to educate and share our experiences. In our little minds, we're trying to grow and aid as best as we can. Some people might be called chauvinist or misogynist or whatever is that you might call me. That's okay. I'm trying to educate in my little way to my little people in the best that I can. It might not land with you. And that's okay. If I'm hurtful, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to do it intentionally. I'm not trying to break anyone who gets to watch a video. I'm trying to share my views and hopefully it speaks to the person on the other side. And if it doesn't, maybe one of the other panelists, maybe their views will then speak to you. It doesn't mean you now need to hate on me. No, when you watch soccer, you might not like the goalkeeper. That's okay. You need to like the striker or the left wing or you don't have to just hate on everyone but the one person that you like. Come on, guys. We really need to show a little bit of grace. We have to show a little bit of grace and understand that people will debate. People will disagree. Yes, says, I love my family members and we argue all the time and it gets heated. And these are people that I love. I've argued many times with so many people on podcasts. You guys have called me out, Penson's wrong, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Sharp, that's cool. Hey, Penson has a little bit of truth in what he's trying to say. And that's also fine. As long as we can try our best to always be respectful. I'm praying and I'm hoping that both these beautiful, amazing, smart queens can go on to the more episodes, and we can carry on debating and arguing and shouting and calling each other out. Penson, you and your ugly ass fingernails and your nose ring. Yeah, we tease and a banter, and it's part of the energy that we're trying to bring onto those dope conversations. But understanding that we are different. Guys, social media is curated. You must also understand that. There's so much that is happening behind the scenes as well. We might be going through it. I might be going through it with my partner. Now I have to go action and I have to, I'm so happy. No, it's tough. I might be bleeding. I might be crying. I might be going through my own financial stresses. So it's also tough on us. So understand and try and put yourselves in these shoes. Good. See, now if you haven't slept well, if you are also hungry, if you are also arguing with your partner, if you are also fighting this and this and this and trying to, now you also then someone puts a camera or 5 cameras like it was a couple of days ago, how would you react in those spaces? If there's life happening around you, you have to be professional. Guys, you can only be professional to a point. We're not getting paid for this. We're not getting paid for, well, at least I'm not. Envelope under carpet. But I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not, guys. I promise you. Even with this channel, the amount of money that I'm making off the views, come on, guys. Mina nje ngisizwa yilabantu that are members abakhokhayo. Ibona bangibambayo. Outside of that, yiki imali like YouTube. I'm honestly trying to teach through my experiences as best as I can. I swear to you, I'm trying to spread the little bit of knowledge that I have. I'm trying to spread it. Yesterday we did a live with my partner, and we're trying to teach through our own challenges and our pain and what. And we're also within that still arguing and debating. And this is a person who's teary-eyed. Can we edit that out in post-production? Cut that last part. Anyway, guys, please comment. Let me know what you think. Please go watch those episodes of Dope Conversations. Again, watch as objective as you can. Try your best in your comments on that platform to be respectful. You don't have to agree. If you think I'm talking shit, it's okay. That's perfectly fine. But let's try and be respectful in all the spaces that we are in. Share this video far and wide. I hope if the ladies do get a chance to watch this, that I didn't say something I shouldn't have said. I'm also learning. Anyway, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Sharp.